So guys, once again, if you can, please subscribe to the channel and please hit the like button on this video.
Sussex Police Emergency.
I'm calling to tell myself in.
Calling to tell myself in.
So guys, in the next story, a teenager who abused his ADHD medication has been jailed for 15 years after stabbing his millionaire grandmother to death in a drug-fueled rampage. Pietro Addis, who's 20, admitted manslaughter by diminished responsibility before a court cleared him of murdering Sue Addis, his grandma, who was 69 years old, using kitchen knives to inflict 17 wounds. Millionaire Mrs. Addis was a highly successful restaurateur and philanthropist who had many celebrity friends. A jury accepted Addis experienced a transient paranoid psychosis when he stabbed his grandmother, and he has now been sentenced to 10 years with an extended term of 5 years. Addis, who was then aged 17, attacked his Gran with enough force to slice through one of her ribs on January the 7th, 2021, the court heard, and the judge said she would still be alive if it was not for his drug use. So Addis was in lockdown when his desperate family tried to get help for his deteriorating mental state, moving in with his grandmother after a family row about his drug use. He used to smoke a lot of weed. His grandmother owned a popular Brighton restaurant, Donatello and Pinocchio, as well as well known in the community for her charitable work. At the Crown Court, Judge Christine Leng KC told Addis his horrific crime demonstrated the dangers of taking illegal drugs and his inability to avoid harmful behaviour. Addis was so addicted to cannabis that he was selling his clothes and possessions just to buy it. She said, use and misuse of drugs was the single biggest factor in the development of the mental state that led you to kill your grandma. His desperation for drugs was demonstrated by taking his grandmother's breast cancer medication. The negative effects of ADHD drugs were becoming even more obvious, the judge said. Addis experienced a transient psychotic delusion which made him believe his grandmother meant him serious harm, the jury found. The judge said he was satisfied the principal was cause of Addis's use of cannabis and abusing the ADHD medication. Addis would have been angry at the family trying to stop him getting the ADHD medicine and restricting the use of his cannabis, the judge said, and she added, no family or friends have suggested any difficulties out of the norm. She said, you chose to smoke a lot of cannabis and deliberately overuse your amphetamine-based ADHD medication. It was a choice made by you. It is highly unlikely your grandma would have lost her life had you not done so. The final moment of Sue Addis's life would have been filled with unimaginable terror and trauma at the hands of a beloved grandson. Addis inflicted significant mental and physical suffering in a sustained attack, the judge said. Tests on his blood and hair showed Addis had taken cannabis, cocaine, ketamine, Xanax, and his grandmother's cancer medication in the months before the killing. The court heard he continued to abuse drugs after he was taken into custody. He tested positive for cocaine while he was on remand at a secure hospital, and then he tried to claim the white powder was flour. The judge said the horrific thing you have done should make you run a mile from any offer of the illegal drugs. Judge Ling added that while she accepted Addis was extremely remorseful, he would still present a danger to the public on release. She said he had still not spoken about what had happened and had discussed emigrating when he's released, which she described as an attempt to get away from what he had done. She added, you have not yet fully appreciated the seriousness of what happened and just how much work is needed. At this point, I cannot be satisfied. You will remain drug-free on your release. You will still be a relatively young man, keen to catch up on last time. Sentencing is the only time in a trial to note the tragedy of what you did.
Sussex Police Emergency.
I'm calling to tell myself in.
Okay, what's your name?
Pietro Addis.
How do I spell your name?
Pietro.
Perfect. And your surname?
Addis.
Brilliant, thank you. Okay. And where are you at the moment? Do you have a postcode for that? Hello? Hello? Hello, is anyone there?
Hello?
Hello, I just need to get some more information from you. What town is that in?
Brighton.
Okay, and so when you say you're going to have yourself in, what is it that you've done? Hello? Hello, you there? Hello? Okay, Pietro, what's your date of birth? So when you say you're going to hand yourself in, what do you think you've done?
There's been a murder.
Okay. And where's that happened?
One Feeders Gardens.
Okay. And who's been murdered?
My grandma.
Okay. Give me 2 moments. Where is she at the moment?
In the bath.
Okay. What happened? That's okay. If you don't want to talk, that's okay. Is there anyone else in the house?
Just me.
Okay. How do you know that she's dead? Okay, that's all right, Pietro. You just answer what you can, okay? How long ago did this happen?
20 minutes.
Okay, give me 2 minutes. Boys, can you come get an ambulance on the hurry up, please? 1111. Okay, you're going to have some police officers come. We're also going to get some ambulance there, okay? When you say your nan's dead, how certain are you of that?
100%.
Okay.
Hello.
Unlock the door.
105.
Okay, what's happening? Okay, at this
What's
moment,
happened?
I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder, okay? Wait, 2 seconds.
You didn't have to say.
Where is your nun?
In the bath.
Where?
In the bath.
Child room at
There's a
102.
bathroom
The male has
here.
been detained on suspicion of murder.
Upstairs. Is anyone else in the house?
You take him.
Yep.
One authority.
People are
It's just you in the house. And it's Pietro. What's your surname?
Addis.
Addis. What's your date of birth? Okay. Upstairs.
Where's the weapon?
It was a knife.
Where
It's
is
a
it now?
knife.
119 up to speed. No, no, 104.
Is it on your person?
Possibly.
Where, mate?
He hasn't been searched.
Where is it?
Either in my pocket or in the box.
Can't
Pietro.
find it.
Is it in the property?
Yes.
Where in the property? In the bathroom or the kitchen? And was it just one knife?
Can you confirm when did he do it?
When did this
How long
Pietro?
ago? An hour.
An hour?
Approximately an hour, just a little off approximately 1 hour ago. Yeah, apparently stuff. Just grab quick numbers or names or something so we know.
Okay, so we'll take you to custody.
But yes, all medical, no one else.
Has anyone else been in the house? No, just you and your nan. Have you taken your medication? Do we need to take that with you?
Where is that?
Pietro? You can take your medication to custody if you need it. Yeah? What do you take, mate? If you tell us, we can take it with you if you need it.
It's not there.
Where is it? Do you live somewhere else normally?
Okay.
Okay, we can figure out how we can get collecting the medication you need, yeah?
What medication is it?
Sorry? L1s? What's that for?
ADHD.
ADHD.
Do you
Okay.
suffer with any medical conditions that we need to be aware of to look after you?
Where do you know I live, sorry?
Do you have any medical conditions?
Just
I think I broke my hand
When? Now?
earlier.
earlier.
Which hand?
Punching the wall.
Which hand is it?
This one.
Your right one.
This one. Whereabouts do you think you've hurt it? We can get the nurse in custody to have a look at that. Okay. Do you have any mental health conditions we need to be aware of? Apart from the, you said ADHD.
Anything else?
Obviously, you'll be able to call
Pietro, where do you normally live?
For the other house.
Your other house? Is it nearby?
You have 3 rights when you get to custody, okay? You have the right to let someone know, notify that you've been arrested, okay?
You have 3 rights.
You have the right to free and legal independent advice, okay? So a solicitor, which can either be if you have one in mind, if you know one, or a duty solicitor to be contacted to come and speak to you, okay, and then represent you if you so wish. Then you have the right to read the codes of practice, okay, which is a long rule book about what we can and can't do whilst you're in custody with us, okay? It's boring, I'm not going to lie to you, but it will pass some time, okay?
You might have to have what we call an appropriate adult interview because you're under 18. So that can be...
Can I get my medication?
You want your medication?
Of course you can.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, man. Nothing can't be happening. Lots of people out there, a lot of stuff going on. After you, mate.
Thank you. Okay, okay.
You going, mate?
Okay, see ya. Okay. So I'll take you to custody, alright? Okay? Yeah, keep going. You're sitting here for us.
Addis claimed he was hearing voices and experiencing paranoid delusions when he stabbed Mrs. Addis 17 times. He then called the police. Officers found his grandmother in a bath full of blood-stained water after he told 999 operators there's been a murder. The defense expert, Dr. Peter Mish, said he believed Addis experienced a transient paranoid psychosis at the time of the killing. His first mental health assessment the day after the killing found no evidence of disorder, paranoia, or delusional thinking. But an expert psychiatrist described Addis as an unreliable person and said he'd been calm and collected when he phoned the police. He said, in my view, he was an angry young person who felt entitled to take his ADHD medicine. So guys, I just want to say, rest in peace, Mrs. Addis, and my condolences go out to your family. Stay safe out there, guys. It's your boy GC. Keep it locked, keep it real.